San, and as usual, because
Hello.
James is a piece of work, he's never here. So we've got a good friend of mine, Vulcan, aka Jake.
Well, I know
Hello.
you were all sick of us, so we gave you a little break, but we're back.
We're back. Uh, we've got to really get the branding out as well. We're now on, for a quick update, we are now on Spotify, and we are
Ooh,
now also on Amazon Music. I'm the only
nice.
person that uses Amazon Music now, but by popular demand, we've got Spotify working now. So yeah,
And now we can also have Jeffrey Bezos listen in on our conversations. Not that he wasn't
exactly.
already.
Yeah,
Love
he
it.
might. Oh, I wonder what he'll figure out what we're doing in our rooms at night.
Jeffrey,
Uh,
Jeffrey Bezos.
I mean, it's
Nah, it's fine. They won't
yeah,
find about. They won't find out about the ritual blood sacrifice Fridays. Come
yeah,
on,
yeah. I mean,
blood
that's
for
a
the blood
daily
god and all.
occurrence for me. You know, sacrifice some 12 virgins. You know, you never know.
Wait, I thought it was just a goof.
I mean, given how
Right.
much the cat's been enjoying clawing my arm today,
Oh God.
plenty of blood sacrifice.
All right. So before we get started, this is our favorite segment, and obviously it's been 3 weeks. So, what is the government up to nowadays? Out of
Well, we
curiosity,
got the
guys.
Tory leadership race, don't we?
Oh, so that means they're up to no good, right? As per usual, right? But they're literally actually doing nothing today, because like, what? Yeah, I mean, today's episode's called "The Last 3 Weeks" because the last 3 weeks haven't done anything. The Tory Party and the personal favorite like topic of mine, the rise of esports. But like, last 3 weeks have been something else.
I
Like,
mean, Rishi Sunak
yeah,
and fuck Liz Truss, right? Ugh.
yeah. So
You
for
could not have picked the two worst mascots if you fucking tried. Boris was a
I know,
moron,
yeah,
right? But he had some charisma to him. He was likable, right?
yeah.
Who the
So,
fuck is Liz Truss? And Rishi Sunak just looks like a cunt.
so the irony is, right? I was on holiday for 2 weeks, right? And I guess when I discovered when Boris Johnson resigned, well, I was on the plane, like you on Turkish Airlines, right? You can press the news section, and the first thing that came up was British politics, and oh, Boris Johnson just resigned. Brilliant, yeah. So me and my dad were just really shocked for like that 4 hour flight.
He
That's
actually did
that's
it.
the
Fascinating.
that's the third Conservative we've had resign.
Well,
To be
yeah,
Cameron
Sorry,
Cameron did a
Cameron.
smart move. Cameron did a smart move when he
Yeah,
resigned.
yeah,
yeah.
Cameron bailed when he got what he wanted.
May was a dumbass. Theresa May was really, really stupid. She should not have taken on the role if she wasn't ready for it when she wasn't.
Yeah.
That basically left Boris Johnson as the only person willing to take the fallout.
Mm.
And well, everyone already thought he was an idiot, right? So nothing's changed there.
Nothing new, to be fair. So,
Yeah.
one thing I kind of really wanted to talk about specifically, I'm finding funny Kenora and Norek at this rate. Like you were saying how like these options for leadership are really bad.
God
Specifically, like you got
awful.
Liz Truss, and then you've got Rishi Sunak, right? Like,
I mean, as soon as I saw that both their campaigns are just based around them trying to cut taxes, I've inwardly died a little bit more.
yeah, like, uh,
Like, they're just trying to win the sentiment of the public by going, you'll have to pay less for your taxes, discounting rising inflation,
but isn't this where right in the
literal
middle of like
recession.
exactly? We're in
Uh,
a recession.
before
We're in a cost
people
of
before
living
people say like,
crisis.
oh,
Yeah.
it's a buzzword because we've been in a recession apparently for like years or whatever. This is bad.
Yeah, oh,
This is
it's getting
really bad.
worse. I mean, oh, like,
And neither of them have offered a solution to it at all, or even a potential attempt at
well,
finding a
yeah,
solution.
because the whole cut taxes thing is basically a whole pandering thing to like the Tory
Yeah,
voting base, like specifically old white middle class typical Tory voter. Let's be real.
and the issue is the working class people
Yeah,
buy it. They get the spoon, they scoop up that pile of shit and shovel it straight down.
yeah, and that pile of shit for some reason tastes really great. It's no, it really
Well,
isn't.
so It's the same sort of thing that happened. Okay, I'm gonna liken this to Trump cut taxes in America, right?
Yeah.
People were really happy with him because like, okay, we got a bigger paycheck. This is really cool.
Yeah, to quote unquote stimulate the economy
And
by
now
having more
Joe
to
Biden's
spend. Yeah.
picked it up. He's had to cut back on the tax cuts, obviously,
Yeah.
because tax cuts are not a good way to generate
Well,
move
they
your
never
economy
are.
around, basically, right? And so a lot of people are completely blaming Biden for the American recession, right?
Yeah.
Which, to be fair, he didn't do anything to fix it, and he did make it worse.
Yeah.
But it began way before Biden picked it up.
I just find the whole irony with like Liz Truss and Rishi Sunak specifically is like, as well as they're so how interlinked they are to the previous administration. Like any credibility that Rishi Sunak had, it basically got destroyed with the cost of living crisis. I mean, he was
I
only
will
popular
I will
because of
say
he had to help out. Yeah.
Trust did say Boris would not be in her cabinet ever.
Yeah, but they both said that though. To be fair, like
Rishi said that afterwards, though, which makes me feel a bit
bandwagoning.
like
Yeah.
he only said that because everyone else was looking like, go on, Rishi.
I mean,
Say
it's
it.
like picking between the devil and I don't know.
His
What's
mate.
that? Name a Daedric prince from like Skyrim or something. That's basically Liz Truss.
If we're
Like,
if we're going Daedric princes, right? It's
yeah.
like picking between Molag Bal
Exactly.
or
Exactly.
Malakath.
Yeah. Oh, it's oh man, it's just this leadership election is just something else. It's just such a massive joke though. Like you get evil and slightly more evil.
No,
It's
no,
like
no, no. It's not even slightly more evil or slightly less evil.
chaotic evil. Yeah.
Then you have evil. Then you have the goofier looking evil.
Yeah. This country is such a joke. I don't understand.
Oh, I mean, I don't know if you saw the interview where Rishi was he was getting. I forget who was interviewing him. Right, it was one of the big three like news stations there,
Yeah.
and like he was talking about having working class friends, and oh my god, the way he talked about it, I was like, bro, you do not have working class friends.
Yeah, you don't.
All
It's just a
all my best
lie.
friends are
No,
working class.
A, no one brags about it. B,
Yeah.
you don't talk about them like that if you do. These
Exactly.
people are so out of touch, man.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
is that really a selling point to people
No.
anymore? Oh, I'm friends with working class people. They don't believe you anyway, but what's the point
Do
in
not get me
saying
started on Liz Truss. Oh my god. Yeah, I lived through the whole bad education thing, in the 70s. Also,
With how much of your parents' money? Shut the fuck up, bitch.
no,
You
no.
live
The irony is, right? She was saying how bad public education was. Guess who was running the country at the time, and someone she looks up to, Margaret Thatcher. Like, how much irony do you need? Like,
Yeah, public schools suck. Did you go to a public school? No. How the fuck do you know that?
But she's trying to market herself as saying she's gone to a public school. Like, I'm not sure if she actually has, but like I doubt it. It's just the Tories she's
There's
talking
no
about.
way. She's a member of the Tories, man. I will say props to her if she has, right? And I'll happily walk back my statement about it, right? But nah,
Yeah.
no way. I'll
So,
buy it.
Jake, what's your takeaway from all this? Before we basically just leave you out for like 20 more minutes. Like,
Like,
So-
I've barely been paying attention to this. So.
I've been paying attention to politics for quite a while now.
oh, yeah.
Until COVID, because everything just seems like a complete shit show. Nobody knows what's going on. It's a complete
Yes.
disconnect between the government and what's going on with the normal people.
Thank you. Like,
I
getting
think
for
it's
just,
on
like a
purpose,
layman's
though.
situation. Yeah, like
I think
that's
it's
what
on
it feels
purpose.
like.
They fully know what's going on. They're just choosing not to acknowledge it, right? Because, like, fucking hell, dude, shit was really hard on working class people. Like, fully.
It's just the
Yeah.
fact that we got here was because of what? Wasn't it Boris Johnson literally hired a sex pest to be like the chief whip of the Tory Party, and it turns out he's been like groping like Tory members or whatever in like a private club in like London somewhere. Like,
Oh,
For
yeah,
years.
this is how filthy the Tories have to get. Like, if you know what I mean. It's just
The problem is Labour is terrible opposition at the moment. That's
yeah,
the issue. People will keep voting Tory no matter how degenerate they get if Labour cannot put up a good opposition, and
I
they
mean, I'm
haven't.
like, I'm Labour till I die. You know what I mean? Unironically, because like,
Well, like
yeah.
you get what I
But like,
mean,
yeah,
even with
yeah.
that in mind. Yeah.
I know. I feel like Keir Starmer, for some reason, he hasn't got the imaging of Labour right. I mean, I completely disagree with him kicking out members of the cabinet specifically that go visit like strikes, for example. Like, I'm in complete opposition to that personally.
It's one of those. He's trying very hard to shift from quote unquote extremist views in his party, right?
Yeah.
And by
Well, the
extremist
Corbyn
views, he
era. Yeah.
means yeah, he just means stuff that isn't towing the line, basically.
Yeah.
Uh, what Labour's promising is everything staying the exact same as it already is,
Yeah.
and that's not good enough.
Yeah. It's just yeah.
You need to offer some change.
Yeah.
Some change, right? And if you can't, that's like bare minimum bar you have to clear, right? If you
Yeah.
can't do that, then what the fuck are you doing?
I think, yeah. I mean, I get why he's focusing specifically on the economy, like all these areas that have been like public services, because obviously they've been neglected. Let's be real. It's the Tories we're talking about, but like nothing new to be fair. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I know. It's just the issue that Labour has is trying to get away from the image of Corbyn, and yeah, at the same time, it's trying to take a new direction that isn't like the Tony Blair right wing of the Labour Party. Yeah. For a context, the best way I can explain this for people that are not really into politics is, well, obviously, for like any party, is the kind of big tent. So you got different factions vying for power within each. So Corbyn was like really left of the Labour Party, quote unquote socialist, I guess. Keir
And to be
Starmer
fair, that
markets
was like
himself as
fucking.
mid ground. Yeah.
It's only the Americans that were calling him a fucking
Yeah.
socialist, lol.
And then they'll call them all socialists, but yeah. And then Tony Blair's like the right wing of, the Labour Party, like New Labour and all that. Yeah, it's just Labour's in a really weird spot at the moment. It's not exactly great either.
They kind of like advertise themselves as an alternative to the Conservatives.
Yeah, but
Hey
again,
guys, we're no longer
I
part
just
of
remember
the
when the
working
Liberal
class. We're just not
Democrats were a
Conservatives.
thing. Remember when the Lib Dems were a thing? I fucking don't.
I remember when the Lib Dems propped up the Tories. Yeah, in 2010. Yeah, that was great fun.
Where have they gone now?
What worries me though is the Lib Dems are actually doing somewhat well, and what
They're
worries
doing
me
well.
is if Labour can't form a government, well, guess who we're going to be forced to do like supplying confidence or like a coalition with the Lib Dems. So, I mean, value-wise, we're quite similar, but like I don't know. I don't feel comfortable working with the Lib Dems personally as a Labour.
Tories are a
supporter.
wall at the moment, a crumbling, decrepit wall, but a wall that still stands.
It's literally like a decrepit corpse that you find in like
It needs that final push, but they just won't fall down.
yeah, it's like a decrepit corpse you can like poke with a stick, but we're not really doing anything like
We
that.
don't
Person
have
with the
anything
stick's
to
not doing
poke it
anything. Yeah,
That's the issue.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much a summary of politics. It's just a mess at the moment.
Yeah.
It's something else, to be fair. I mean, personally, I've enjoyed the last 3 weeks. Been on holiday. It's been great. Went to my dad's hometown in the Philippines, and yeah, I've been learning about my family and my country, I guess, and heritage. Like, I don't know. I just find the whole concept of the Philippines fascinating anyway. Hello?
Nice.
Okay.
Oh, I thought you all died for some reason.
No. Fucking
Oh.
stuck fussing the cat at the minute.
Oh, right. But, I don't know. Did you ever know there are 187 different languages in the Philippines? Like,
Jesus Christ, dude.
yeah. Yeah. It's why my mum can't understand when my dad speaks this language called Ilonggo. And then, yeah, it's just fascinating. And it turns out. I mean, I don't know why this doesn't surprise anyone. I am Filipino. Like, my heritage is basically I am part Spanish, part Malaysian, part Chinese. Like, I don't understand how this doesn't surprise anyone. Like, genuinely. But yeah, I know. 2 week holiday. I'd say it was really pretty good. What you guys been up to? Well, I basically just died from like getting bitten by mosquitoes.
Same old for me, honestly. Not been up to much at all the last couple of weeks.
I mean,
We were all
Skyrim.
drinking last night. We got fucking hammered.
I got a picture of that somewhere. I might actually post it on Instagram as well. That was pretty funny. I did see that in general. That was brilliant.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Right.
We were just trying to scare the shit out of Josh when he came back, if you're wondering.
Right. Yeah. What have you been up to, Jake? Just slaving away at work per usual, I guess.
I just wanted to off myself and have a walk in those doors.
I mean, you work in a warehouse though. Like, it's not exactly the most mentally fun thing, is it? Like.
Yeah, that's why I always ask for half days. And why I'm quitting is to go to uni in September.
Yeah. I mean, we could just talk about how awful your workplace is for like the next 15 minutes, to be fair.
I would rather not talk about my work.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a warehouse. The only reason you literally work there is because you're cheaper than a robot. Yeah. It's nothing new, to be fair. Like,
Mate, we were just doing such a pointless fucking job. We're just flicking through books all day, and I just looked at the manager and said, "Can I just go home?" It's like, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, from what I've heard about working at warehouse, it's not exactly fun, is it? Like.
Well, the fun thing is usually as in a warehouse, you get slightly more money than people in supermarkets because there's a lot of things
Not
in
anymore.
a warehouse that can injure you. Like a pallet could fall on your foot. Things could fall from the scaffolding. Yeah, not at my place. Surprisingly, we actually get paid less than supermarket from.
Well,
our
I get paid.
supermarkets.
I work
Do you
at
have a
Sainsbury's,
union?
£10.50
Because
an
that
hour.
doesn't sound legal, my man.
Yeah, I'm on like 9 something now. It's fucking shit, but I'm really good with saving my money.
Oh, trust me, I'm kind of broke at the moment. I basically asked a friend if he could build a PC. So, kind of only on like £100 for the rest of the month now. Yeah. Again, it's why every time someone from work, like, they're going to be inviting me out, they're trying to do the most cheapest thing possible with me now. I say that though, but I spent like 40 quid on like bowling tickets and we could have got it for free. Mr. Driscoll, shout out. I hate the fact that we could have literally done bowling for free, but you didn't mention that your friend works there.
Oh.
Fuck you.
I was gonna say free bowling. That sounds like a good time.
Nico, let's go
Well,
bowling.
yeah. It's the funny thing is, both Olivia and Jake know people that work in Hollywood Bowl, like both in Wigan and Bolton. Well, we could have done it for free, but no. I'm the one that has to pay for the tickets and book it and everything, because I'll just offer myself in the corner now. I feel like you, Jake. It's just misery. Yeah.
I know that feeling. I went yesterday. Got my ass kicked.
Speaking of money, has James given you money back? Fucking asshole.
Oh no, he hasn't. Well, he said I was gonna get it back. Let me just look on my phone.
All right, doesn't he only like got 180 quid?
Yeah, £180. And he said,
Oh.
"Oh, if you give me this £50 note, I'll give you your money next Friday." I was like,
But
"Okay, fair enough."
Didn't you
Come
say
by
something
that
like
Friday.
he won't pay you back on the basis that you keep pestering about money? Is this from Matthew though, right?
I'm not 100% sure. Matthew said something like that,
Oh god.
but I think Matthew like loaded probably like a tenner or something.
Right.
And
Again.
yeah, so that's easier to swallow for him.
So what we've learnt from this situation is you do not give the Brexit boon money whatsoever. That's
I don't
what I'm
think
learning.
He's in a bad position. So I can't have avoid him too much, but yeah, I'm not going to give him any more money.
Cat, can you stop trying to kill yourself, please? Thank you.
Cat? Can we look
Oh,
at Cat, please?
Can you not eat my wires either? Cat.
Cat? Can we look at
Cat.
Cat? Can we look at Cat on webcam again?
I'd love to, but I'm currently fighting him to the death.
Oh, right. So
Claws
you
of
are,
mayhem.
you are, Right, if we started recording, right, the cat was on his keyboard. Hassan disappeared. It turns out he pressed the refresh key for reset key on Discord. And yeah,
Stopped attacking me. This
we
is
asked
good.
if he's beating the crap at the cat, but he wasn't. Now he is. So yeah, good.
No. I'm fighting a raid boss, the Claws of Mayhem. That's
Oh
gonna get out.
right, yeah. Malong Ball.
Yeah, I'm about to look like a 14-year-old white girl very soon. Got a barcode on my wrist, Lamau.
Mm. Oh God. I've ever told you guys that me and my dad missed our flight from Istanbul to Manila, so we were stuck in like Istanbul airport for an entire day. Have I mentioned this? I'm not sure.
You mentioned you were there. Was it like 4 hours you were waiting around Istanbul?
Oh no. It's not like 4. It's more like 8 to 12 hours. Like
Jeez.
yeah.
Did you not go out and explore Istanbul?
No, we stayed in the airport because why we want to leave. We had to go through immigration again as well. Like it's painful.
Cat, I mean this in the nicest way. Okay, good.
Because staying in Istanbul for a day does sound like a good time.
Oh, you
Yeah.
sneaky motherfucker. You can't have the straw. You keep trying to eat it.
I mean, I've heard people say it's good. It's just I don't know. I would like to go explore, to be fair, like in Istanbul, but like I don't know, not my type of place, I guess. I don't know.
I mean,
yeah.
there's other places I'd visit, but I'd definitely love to visit Turkey and explore all the ancient sites.
Yeah. Or like the Byzantine sites.
But they really don't
all
like
the
white
stuff down there.
people, though, so keep that in mind.
Is this from personal experience or?
Oh, no, I just know. They really don't like white people, Lamau.
Yeah.
So, like, stay in the touristy areas if you're planning it, because Turkey's not a nice place to visit, unfortunately, as far as, like...
Yeah, that's my main issue as well. It's like a
people
foreigner.
there. Yeah, and, like, those kind of places always look down on you like that.
I mean, you know, I'm not white myself, but like, you know, if you're a foreigner anyway, they'll try and scam you. Yeah.
Ah, I mean, that's everywhere, though. Honestly, I
Yeah.
wasn't even talking about that.
But yeah, man, jeez. How long has it been now with this recording? It's only been 22 minutes. Oh god. What else is to talk about? I could have made the topics a bit more broad, to be fair, but like, I don't know.
Talk about how esports become a lot more mainstream.
Oh right, yeah.
I know you
Yeah, we
mentioned.
haven't even touched on that yet.
I know you mentioned that before, but like I was in Sports Direct the other day, looking. You know, I'm a bit of fun with the sales. I'm buying myself some new stuff, and they now sell esports tops.
Oh,
Crap like
is
that.
this in what Puma?
This is in Sports Direct.
What team?
Oh, really?
Out of curiosity.
You can Google it. I swear I saw O2. And that's one.
O2. Oh. Well, this will be an Instagram anyway. But what I've currently on the moment wearing, I got a very gosh.
If I click on all sports, it's actually there now.
So at the moment, I got a new limited edition jersey from Fnatic. Because let's be real, I will keep shilling them until I die. But yeah, basically, I know. Fnatic just hit their 18th birthday. Like, it's a pretty old org now. Like, and I know. One thing I've noticed as being a fan is like it started to become more mainstream around like 2017 when we're getting like very mainstream brands into like esports, if that makes sense. Like this is when we had like Australis and all that, like getting sponsored by like Audi. It's like I don't know, very interesting, personally. Like we're starting to realize now people are starting to see as like esports as an actual potential career path. Like there's been points where I've considered going pro in like a video game, but like yeah, it's just difficult To be
For
fair.
a while, I think. I don't think that's a very recent development. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I know last few years, like, you've definitely got people going if you want to like live your life just playing games and stuff, you go down two paths. You got streaming and you got pro player.
Yeah. I mean, hell, there's even teams like some teams now like G2 Esports. Speaking of which, you asking what jerseys are available on Sports Direct. There's
All
a
of them.
G2 2020 jersey. There's Immortals, Virtus Pro, Astralis. Like, yeah, it's pretty like the way esports has come now. It's like it's come a long way. As someone who's been like a fan from like 2015, like we've come a long way. Like
I mean,
genuinely.
you're talking like 2015 was like it was very different from now. Like
Yeah,
if you go back and
definitely.
watch some of the like 2011, 2012 esport clips, dude, it's
Yeah.
like those tournaments you had in high school with your friends, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Look at
That's
it
when I
now.
started watching Fnatic. Like,
Like
yeah,
fucking so I'll use League of Legends as an example.
yeah,
Like there was no official like tournament game mode for a while, so people used to like have tournaments of, like custom games. But
right,
then
yeah,
obviously once all the big companies started getting involved, like SKT, they did have a proper tournament, right? But they didn't
yeah.
have any software for it.
SK is massive now. Like, to be fair, all the orgs. Like, if we look at
To be fair, I
now.
think SKT was huge even before the pro
Well, yeah.
leagues.
The weird thing about Korea though is like esports has always kind of been massive there. Like, yeah,
I mean, like literally, Faker is their most famous person.
yeah. The
Flat.
actual reason,
Dude,
like,
he does Dior ads for fuck's sake, man.
there's a reason why they've done a collaboration with like what's that K-pop band called? What, BTS? Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
what do you do for a living, Faker? Oh, I'm a League of Legends pro. Oh, cool. What do you do, BTS? Oh, we're just a K-pop band. Yeah, yeah. It's just yeah. It's just yeah. I mean, we're getting to that point
He is
now, I guess. In the
literally
West.
more famous than BTS in North,
Yeah.
North Korea, South Korea, Lamau.
You-
It'd be
like
pretty
if you
weird
mention
if he was
Faking
in
anywhere on the street in like Korea, yeah,
They know who he is, yeah.
Like they're that big down there.
yeah.
No,
But that's how
it's
big
not.
esports
It's not the
is.
whole team. It is just Faker.
Faker, yeah. He's yeah. Oh,
Just because, like, he's like what in his 40s now, right?
Hmm.
Or am I getting that wrong? Let me check.
hell,
Well,
I
no.
remember like 20.
Fucking hell, nah, he's only 26 years old. What?
I was going to say this
Fair
guy's
enough.
not his fault.
I
I was
remember.
exaggerating a bit. I thought he was 30s at least, to be fair.
I remember in like 2019, 2020 when I got excited, but like mainstream brands coming into esports. Like, I don't know. Weirdly, I've always been like a massive car person because like when I grew up, I was watching like Top Gear every night with my dad. Like, yeah, and we both love like BMW as a brand, and like for me, when I was really surprised when I discovered like Fnatic were being sponsored like BMW and like mainstream brands. Like it was a massive step for like esports at the time, but like I know it's just become the norm now, I guess. As well, like the amount of financial backing that orgs are getting from like massive like non-niche companies now is massive. Like I remember when like what was it? What's that car brand? Chair brand called HyperX. I remember when that was like every like team was sponsored by them. Like now we're getting sponsored by like God knows Red Bull. I mean Logitech's still pretty niche. Monster Energy. Yeah. ASOS weirdly. Yeah. Something else. I mean, I guess for me, esports has grown with me. Yeah. Not sure what else to take away from that, but like, yeah.
So
Short
what?
and
Do you
sweet.
feel like kind of like possessive of it in a way?
I know. For me, I've always been a weird outsider. Like, I've never necessarily been into mainstream sports personally. Like, I know.
Yeah,
I've
that's
grown up
fair.
being a gamer. Like, so
Yeah.
for me, sports is something really close to me.
Yeah,
Genuinely.
it's like tied to that identity almost, right?
Yeah, it for me it is part of my identity as a person. Like, Yeah, and for me, growing up in an era where esports was seen as like weird and unusual at the time, it is something special to me now. Like seeing it grow,
Yeah.
and for me, it's beautiful. Like, yeah,
Because I know there are like a small facet of people who aren't happy at how big esports has gotten now.
well, they're
They prefer
cringe. So
more time. Yeah. I mean, there's some merit to be had in that, though, right? Because once you start getting companies involved, it just starts feeling a little like a business, right? Because
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sure back when we started, like football tournaments and stuff, and that shit was still real small time.
Mm.
There's that community sense going on, right? And if you look back at like football, or should I say soccer for any Americans watching, uh, you look at those like tournaments now, like the World Cup and shit, or like the UEFA League and stuff like that,
Yeah.
right? Like it just feels artificial. It's a business. There's no like you don't have any of the like small club rivalries or anything, right? Like
Yeah.
unless you're watching like fucking Bolton Wanderers for some asinine reason,
Just
you don't
offended
get
like
any
a
of
bunch
that
of Bolt
shit,
Wanderers fans.
right?
Yeah.
And like I think I wouldn't like it if we lost this like fucking a lot of esports teams like have memes where they like make fun of each other and stuff and that
Well, yeah,
lighthearted like
like
talk shit kind of game away, right?
G2
They're
and
not being
Fnatic is a massive like rivalry. Like
yeah,
I've compared it to United and City like as a comparison. Like that's how big it is in the esports world. Genuinely.
but I don't want it to ever boil down to just like
Tribalism. Yeah.
yeah, because that's the problem with the United and City one, right? It's literally
Mm.
just completely artificial now. Because like, aren't they pretty much owned by the same group of people? For fuck's sake!
I think they're both owned by foreign investors. Yeah, that's why my dad was kind of angry when like United was sold to like the Glazers family. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, that was a big thing as well. But, like, yeah, off topic as well. Weirdly, like, there's a lot of weird things that were used to be very niche and now becoming more mainstream. I guess. Like,
to
I
be
mean,
fair,
yeah.
anything made mainstream by Stranger Things will be forgotten in a month. As
Dungeons
good as
and
the show
Dragons.
is, as good as the show is, right?
Yeah,
It'll spark that little interest. People go into it and just go, you know what, I'm not a fan. Which, fair enough, right?
Yeah.
But like I don't know.
That's why I'm
I
trying
don't.
to get
With
some
the
friends from
hobby
work
like
into
Dungeons and
D&D.
Dragons
Like,
specifically, as a giga nerd,
yeah,
you have like so as I'm usually a dungeon master, right? I'm the one who makes the world that the people play in, right?
Mm.
If people don't give me minimum effort, I'm going to be very annoyed. And what a lot of players to begin with don't understand is how much effort you have to put in
yeah,
is equivalent to how much effort the DM is willing to put back out. If I put in zero effort, your players are going to put in zero effort, and vice versa. If all my players can't be asked making a character or put bare minimum copy paste stuff, I'm
Yeah.
just going to be like, all right, fine, rocks fall, you all die.
To be
Like,
fair,
'cause
that's
I'll
me.
get
Like,
annoyed. I'll
I'm
just get
pretty
annoyed.
stupid though when it comes to like remembering like anything on my character sheet. To be fair, I'm gonna be honest, Hass.
No, no, no,
Like,
no, no. Ascribe not to malice that which can be ascribed to stupidity, right? I'm not gonna harp on about
Yeah.
someone forgetting something or being an idiot, but like, at least put in the effort first, you know?
Yeah, but I
Try.
like yeah. I guess for me, like you like it when I immerse myself in the world, and like
You're
I
quite
don't
good
know,
at that. Yeah.
Cause for me, like growing up playing like Skyrim or like The Witcher, like I love endorsing myself in like fantasy universes personally. Like Lord of the Rings was massive for me when I grew up. Like so.
Oh,
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings is just
Exactly.
Tolkien was a genius.
Exactly. Like so, like for me, getting into D&D is unique because it's like playing Skyrim, but you have more control over the universe. Like your actions
Just to
actually have
segue,
consequences.
just to segue a little bit, like even more going even more of a tangent, like that Skyrim thing I've been talking about with
Yeah.
a few people, right?
It's
So-
weird. Like I've
Skyrim's
discovered
a
people from
single-player
work.
game. Skyrim is a single player game, but
Yeah.
and there was a multiplayer mod in development that had a lot of issues.
Mm.
They've gone back and remastered that mod. So what me and a few friends have been discussing is what if we like hardcore roleplay that, you know?
Oh.
And we've been going through our mod list. We've been like ascribing roles and such, deciding what paths the characters will go down,
Yeah.
and like adding a lot of mods to up the difficulty and make it more RPG like. Because
Yeah.
my issue with Skyrim was that
It's-
it claimed
yeah.
to be an RPG. It's a sandbox. It's
Yeah,
not an
yeah.
RPG.
Genuine. Yeah, I was about to say that. Like it feels very sandboxy.
Yeah, but you
Like,
can add
yeah.
with so you can a lot of like player-made mods really create that RPG experience in the game.
Have you ever played Skyrim, Jake?
That's probably one of the biggest games I've never played.
You're missing out.
To
Just
be
say it
fair,
now.
base game Skyrim, if you're just playing Skyrim on its own, it is fucking awful.
I say that now. I'm literally just playing base game Skyrim at the
If
moment.
you're just playing base game Skyrim, I'm going to be honest. For the time, it was revolutionary, but if you're playing it now, it is god awful.
I mean, for me, genuinely though, this is like only my third playthrough of Skyrim. Like, so,
Right. I'm talking like from someone who's has played the game 300 times, and just if you're someone like Jake, right, you've never picked up the game. I wouldn't play it vanilla. I would get some mods to make it better. But that again, that's you. People have to put in that effort, and if you know you're not gonna enjoy the game despite how much effort you put into it.
Yeah.
Why waste the time?
Yeah.
If some people don't like that kind of game, that's fine.
I guess
think
the
you're wrong.
title to
You have
also
shit
includes
taste.
Skyrim, I think.
But yeah, you can not enjoy some stuff. Like I know a lot of people didn't gel with Fallout as well, and that's a title Bethesda's had for the same amount of time they've had Elder Scrolls, right? Skyrim managed to get a lot more like a wider audience into the game, but a lot of the hardcore fans are unhappy with how much of it was stripped away to make it simpler, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna quickly change the title for this episode. It's now gonna be this. Problem solved. Boom. We've achieved parity.
And like the games evolved from Morrowind used like a D&D system.
Yeah.
Everything you did, a dice was rolled to see if it actually happened, right? And Oblivion shifted away from that a little bit and removed the dice roll because honestly, you have like Morrow tards who cannot put down the fucking rose-tinted glasses and say that was a shit system because that game was awful.
They're a weird bunch, to be fair.
That game was awful to play, like gameplay wise. For the time, it was good. A lot of people forget for the time.
Yeah. But like, I guess Skyrim was like it improved on what Oblivion was going for. I guess.
For 2011, Skyrim was amazing.
Yeah, it was like for the time.
It wasn't top of the line, but it wasn't top of the line because there were games with much better like graphical quality, a lot better like stories and stuff out at the time. It's just Skyrim did everything to a mediocre degree, and that caught a lot of people's eye, right? You know, quite free to do whatever the fuck you want, and Bethesda's open modding policy only added to that, right?
I mean, I'm a big fan of the Elder Scrolls anyway. Like the way you can immerse yourself in that universe, it's unusual. Like because you have to do it through books, I guess. But like the lore is massive.
On the off chance anyone wants to actually get into the Elder Scrolls lore, please read the Michael Kirkbride stuff. Where else do you get Pelinal Whitestrake, a holy crusader, being a cyborg from the future traveling back in the time to kill elves? That is a real plotline that motherfucker wrote. And that's like a basic funny of Michael Kirkman. That's not even the dumbest shit he's written. I'm not gonna say much else just in case, but like, holy shit, Elder Scrolls lore is a meme.
It is something else. Like, I remember. Didn't I make the joke saying that the dragons are technically wyverns with like a very stereotypical nerd voice? That was funny. I remember that.
It's actually wyverns.
Wyverns. Because.
Yeah. Me and the boys on our way to gatekeep fantasy creatures. Let's go.
Yeah.
Gaslight gatekeep, go, boss.
But yeah, jokes like. Yeah. Try Skyrim, man. Like honestly, it's something.
You know what? I'll give it a go.
Give it a go. Yeah.
Honestly.
If you don't like it, you won't like it. That's fine, man.
And then just try The Witcher instead, like Witcher 2 and 3, not 1. Like,
Still have it downloaded.
I'd play Witcher 3 just flat, honestly.
Yeah. You don't even need the mod. It's that good. Like.
Witcher 2 is a game I'd go back and play after you finished 3 if you're not really into the series.
I still need to do the Roach quest side, I guess. No, not
Yeah.
Roach. The elf. Can't remember his name.
Oh, Yova.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because the Scoia'tael. Oh my god, I just love The Witcher and the Elder Scrolls. As you can tell, people in the audience, I love fantasy. Oh, it's brilliant.
Hey, I love writing it. Don't worry.
Yeah. I wish we could revisit Morning Shadow though. I loved that universe yours has. It's brilliant.
We could load up another campaign of it whenever the fuck we want.
Yes.
I have everything written down.
Oh, the amount of people need to understand D&D is it's more than just fighting creatures and all that. The amount of funny encounters you can have is brilliant. Oh my god.
So hold
Isn't it
on, let me
Amaze in
pull-
the Sky? You literally gave us Amaze in the Sky. It's
You never did figure out what it was for either.
Yeah, you didn't. That's the funny part. It was like a labyrinth in the sky. It was quote unquote for testing reasons. Yeah.
Okay, so there is a table that you can roll the dice, right? And it's to determine. So if your character drinks enough alcohol to get drunk, right?
Yeah.
You roll a D100 on the carousing table. So let me just pick a random number. Let's.
Is
go
this when I
with
was in the room? And there was just
67.
some wine or whatever on the table, and I only had one glass and went to sleep.
Right. So 67. You wake up in a nobleman's barn. You are wearing a saddle, and there are whip marks on your
Oh
buttocks. And you are D10 GP
Oh
richer.
no. Oh no.
Or fucking hell. Well, hold on one sec. Let me find another funny one.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like the one where you wake up in a room and there's like a pentagram drawn on the floor and
Oh, no.
some dark ritual remnants, and just in the middle of the pentagram is a beautiful sandwich, and it is the best sandwich you've ever
You ever
seen.
see?
And on the left on the table is a contract for your soul.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh.
there's some interesting stuff that you can do, right? Even just
Yeah.
outside of combat, right?
The amazing bull crap of D&D. It's brilliant. Yeah. Again, it's about if you're not going to enjoy D&D if you don't immerse yourself. It's why I'm saying if you do play RPG games, you'll love D&D.
What I will say as a DM though, most good DMs would tend to tailor their campaigns around their party's strength. If I know that my party enjoys more combat, I will put more combat in encounters, right?
Yeah.
If my party enjoys avoiding combat and doing more political stuff, I'll create
Us.
situations where
Us.
they can put that to the test, right? The issue is you guys are a good mix of the two, right? So
Yeah.
I have to keep the combat guys happy, and I have to keep the political intrigue guys happy.
Yeah.
It's fine balance you gotta tread sometimes, but if it's sliding one way or the other, I can just pick one.
Yeah. But oh god, oh my god, Any games you've been playing at the moment, Jake? Out of curiosity. Well, I've been gone for 3 weeks.
Well, I've been on holiday for 2 weeks, and this week I've been playing. I think the last time I played anything was that game of Valorant with you.
Really?
Yep.
Oh. Well, yeah. God. Yeah. Riot Games. God, kill me.
Burrito James.
Rito James, yeah. Yeah. I know,
Wait,
I'm at that point where I'm getting very angry just playing League or Valorant now. Or I just get very mentally drained.
I think you
Yeah.
just need to stop taking it so seriously, man. You
Yeah.
won't learn if you take the game too seriously off the bat.
Mm.
Fuck around. If you died, think of it okay, well, I know what not to do next time, right?
Yeah.
I was gonna be honest, I was practicing Akali, right? I wanted to test the normal build, got kinda shit on.
Yeah.
Went back to the drawing board, tried the AD build, and I had a lot of fun with it, so,
Mm.
You've really got to, find your niche, basically. So, and the way you
Mm.
do that is by just playing a lot of games.
Yeah.
Mm.
Like for me, I know I'm like specifically like Valorant specifically. I know I'm the frag heavy type person. Sometimes depends. Like I don't like doing the support role. I guess. I'm pretty sure Jake can like comprehend the amount of times I've killed someone with like a sniper rifle or something on with chamber.
All the
Yeah.
time.
And then League, it's just mid lane because it's the easiest lane to learn, I guess. With, like wave management, I guess. But like, I guess for me for League, I still haven't found my perfect champion yet. I don't know. Like, I enjoy playing Twisted Fate. It's just like the meta shifting. I'm noticing now. Like he doesn't really fit in. Yeah.
What I will say for that is, issue is a lot of the people we play with all play the exact same role. I can play anywhere,
Yeah.
so this doesn't really count me. But a lot of the people we know play support.
Yeah.
A lot of the people we know play support, and that causes quite a few issues when we're deciding picks and that, right?
Yeah.
Like, because I'll usually be like, stand-up guy and just be like, alright, I'll take
I mean,
jungle fight.
it's the easiest role though in League. Like you don't have to think about wave management because
Yeah.
that's on your AD. The
issue is, support is harder than jungle, right?
Mm.
Jungle is by far the easiest role. Reason being, jungle is entirely decision making. You don't have to trade with your opponent. There's no test of mechanical skill there.
It's more
Right?
about pathing. Yeah.
It's about pathing. It's a decision making. Now,
Yeah, what
because
camp to get
your
first,
decision making is shit, does not mean jungle is a hard role.
Yeah,
It just
yeah.
means you haven't had the experience to pick.
It's like, let's say, when's the best time to gank mid lane? Is it now or not, or is it later? So, for example, because I'm an idiot playing mid lane. Usually, I'll spend all my mana in
Well, do you
quick
know that
succession.
game?
To be
That
fair.
game where I was playing Sejuani and I kept ganking that Zoe.
Yeah, yeah,
A perfect example of I've identified the fact that she perma pushes
and
for no
overextends.
reason,
Yeah,
right? So you saw I came from every which way ganking her. I didn't come the same way twice because I've identified, okay, she's warded that, right?
Yeah.
So how about I come all the way the fuck round this way, right? Won't see me, and because it's mid lane, I don't have to go out of my way to change my pathing, right?
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
like, if you've seen me do this plenty of times, right? If I've been pathing top side, so I've been clearing my camps bot side first, then top side into a gank. If I need to go help a bot side, I'll reverse that.
Yeah.
I'll go bot side, gank, reset, start clearing my camps top side down.
Yeah, and then work your way downwards. Yeah.
Yeah. Like it's a lot of like decision making and macro decisions, right?
Yeah.
So if you're
That's
better
just an
at
issue for
jungle-
me as well, playing like mid lane.
Ma-
It's like I need to
macro
figure out when to
decision-
gank perfectly. Like
Mid
know.
lane is a lot of micro decisions though. Top
Yeah.
lane and jungle have the most macro by far. Mid lane is very much how good your micro is. If you
Yeah.
can beat your opponent, you've won mid lane, right?
yeah, I guess why as well. Whenever me and Jake, I guess, or like anyone plays Valorant, I don't know, for some reason I'm always putting like this IGL role or strat calling for some reason. Everyone does it to me specifically for some reason, but like I know. I guess I just get very tilted because like I try and come up with a strategy to win the round, and then when it doesn't work, I just get very frustrated. So I don't really know what to do. But like I know, I guess it's
You've
just
played
chill.
Val with me a few times, right? You saw what I'm like, right?
Yeah.
Just basic strategy, right? I'll make shot calls, right?
Yeah.
They're not like the best shot calls, but if like we're all like stood here deciding what the fuck to do, I'm like, okay, we've been 80 times. You guys want to go see?
Yeah. Or go B. Yeah.
Yeah, go be. Or like we could go.
Yeah. Let's
switch
let's split push
Go-
C through like garage and long on like
Yeah, or like
Haven for example. Yeah.
go mid through to A.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah.
That's the thing, right? A lot of people are too scared to like fuck up doing stuff like that, whereas
Yeah.
I'm just like, all right, let's go. If I fuck up, hey, I
Yeah.
fucked up. I know what not to do next time.
I guess for me as well, when like strat calling as well, I feel a bit bad when it doesn't work. Yeah.
You need to think about it like this. Unless you're in an ultra giga pro league game where you've got thousands upon thousands of dollars on the line, does it matter?
No. Yeah.
Does it matter?
It's my esports side coming out again, isn't it? Yeah,
Yeah,
it is.
you and Laura have the same issue. You're both incredibly competitive, right? And when you
Yeah,
lose the round or you're not doing too
you get
well,
very tilted. Yeah,
you'll get tilted and you'll just be really sad the rest of the day. And I don't understand that
yeah,
anymore because I used to be quite competitive on CS, right?
yeah.
Gold no was not a bad rank to like
I mean, this
stop
is
at.
what happens when you play games like Rainbow Six Siege. Just kills
But
you on the
like
inside.
that was like an age ago, right? I
Yeah,
play like single player games mostly now, and
yeah, yeah.
it reflects, right? I like winning. I'm not going to be that person to go, oh, well, you know what, all that matters. No, winning's fucking fun,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. The dopamine hit from winning's
Don't
brilliant.
get
Like,
me wrong.
I'm pretty sure Jake can say, like, winning's fucking brilliant shit, man. Like,
But like,
yeah,
unless it's because I've made a mistake or like so I fucked up myself or my team's purposely running it down, I'm not too not plus. If the enemy team's just
Yeah,
better
yeah.
than me, they're just better than me. It'd be like that sometimes, right?
yeah,
And I think you've got to take that mentality with a lot of these games, otherwise you'll just end up giga tilted running it down for like you'll just be rage queuing, dude.
yeah, yeah. And that's just
And
bad
you never
as well.
want to be
Yeah,
rage queuing ever.
yeah. I'm pretty sure Jake can elaborate. Like, there's that video of me just playing Chamber getting really tilted. Like, yeah,
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 like you were
Yeah,
making a
you
lot
were-
of stupid mistakes. Like if you go, like I bet you going back watching that, you're like, what the fuck was I doing?
yeah. Like, I could have just technically just said, used my microphone. Actually said, why don't we do this? Like, but I know I was keeping to myself at the time. I guess. Like, first
Yeah,
game
yeah,
back
yeah.
for Valorant. It's like, yeah.
I was
Yeah.
just vibing.
He was, yeah.
My first game in like a month and a bit.
I mean, Jake can elaborate. Every time like he plays Breach, I try and tell him what to do so he can make a play off whatever his utility
You
is.
should do what I do. If I'm insulting somebody, I'll do it in my Discord with my open mic off, and then I'll just give short calls like a really nice person with mic on.
Yeah, yeah,
Like I have just called the dude several different fucking horrible insults about his family.
yeah. I know. It's why like I'm yeah. Now I'm getting this PC built. Like, yeah, I think I'd really just want to vibe and play more single player games though. Like, yeah. To be fair, I don't want to finish like the Halo Infinite campaign. I mean, I've heard it's meh. Like, I don't know. Like the Skyrim as well. I really do want to mod that. I'm probably gonna buy some of the Fallout games because I've never played them before. Weirdly, like, yeah.
3 in New Vegas are probably the ones you want to grab. Don't grab
Right,
2
yeah.
and 1 because
It's
2
4
and
worth
1.
getting.
4 is honestly.
Mm.
As far as it's a good Fallout 4 is a good game. It's not a good Fallout game.
Right,
Before
yeah.
I get crucified, right? It's not a good Fallout game, but it on its own, if it was nothing to do with Fallout,
I was like, if it was like let's say they marketed it as like a separate RPG, it would have worked. Yeah.
Fallout's a good game in that sense. But like, following on as a follow-up to New Vegas, Fallout 4 was the most insulting pile of trash they could have thrown at you. They redeemed it with the first DLC, right? And if you're getting Fallout 4, get it with the DLC, please.
Don't get the
Right.
base, right? Okay, good to know.
Bar Harbor is holy shit. That is probably the best DLC Bethesda have ever created, hands down.
I mean, we're talking
And
about Bethesda
brings
here. This is
back-
the company that literally sells Skyrim every like
No.
what 5
Like,
years.
this
So.
brings back Fallout New Vegas Lonesome Road vibes. That's how good Far Harbor is, right? It's literally one of the best pieces of content they've ever put out. It brings back a lot of the RPG mechanics. It's very active in your decision making,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Whatever team worked on that fucking DLC, hats off to you guys. You knocked it out of the fucking park, and you should get fucking promoted for that masterpiece.
I guess for me though, like, because I've never really got into the Fallout lore personally, I guess it's something that I can immerse myself that's
another
different to
trip.
fantasy as well. Yeah.
It's another trip, and there
Yeah.
are Fallout's very much about nuclear
Yeah. Armageddon.
technology, right?
Yeah.
It's all about nuclear technology and technology stopped developing in the 60s due to their reliance on nuclear energy, right?
Yeah.
But it's also got dark, like Cthulhu Magic Under vibes. Aliens literally exist.
Okay. Didn't know that actually.
They have one of the items you can get in Fallout New Vegas is you gain control of a orbital death weapon.
Oh.
You could
Oh,
pull down
no.
a death laser anywhere in the Mojave, but it only works in the Mojave Desert. In Fallout
Oh.
3, if you make decisions, so technically, you gain control of an alien warship.
Oh no.
So you could like nuclear strike anywhere on the world if you wanted to.
Oh.
That sounds a lot more fun than 4. My God.
In Fallout 2,
You've played Fallout 4, Jake.
I played a bit of it and I got bored.
if you
Yeah.
in Fallout 2, you invade the last remnants of the U.S. Like the
Government.
U.S. government
Yeah.
on an oil rig.
Oh,
and
I've heard
you
about this.
You defeat a super mutant behemoth in a full Mark II power armor in single combat, and then you blow it up. You blow up the entire oil rig.
So
You
this is
single-handedly
Fallout lore,
defeat
right?
the U.S. government.
So what you're saying is Fallout is lore-wise kind of wacky.
Yeah, shit goes down, and
Right,
every protagonist is fucking terrifying in their own
Right.
way.
Yeah.
Even the sole survivor from 4 is a scary motherfucker.
Oh god.
How did Fallout 4 conclude?
So if
Spoilers, obviously. Well, you know.
if you haven't seen the end, fuck you, you deserve to have it spoiled. So depending on what faction you side with, several things happen. If you side with
Yeah.
the Institute, you don't destroy the last remnant of modern technology in the Commonwealth, aka the smart decision. Sure, bit of morally grey Black Ops going on, but hey, who hasn't done a little bit
Oh,
of
because the
genocide?
Institute's like the last modern technology to exist.
If you side with
technically.
the Brotherhood, mouth-breathing morons, you blow it up. If you side with the Minutemen, you blow it up. If you side with the Railroad, you blow it up.
So it's you side with the Institute pretty much,
Side with the Institute, that's the best option in my opinion.
and your son becomes the leader of the Institute, right?
Your son is the leader, and he confers it to you because your son is older than you due to cryogenic shenanigans.
Yeah. How did? Right.
Nate and Nora
How
are
do they
the
explain
20,
that in
Father
Skyrim?
is 80
No,
years old.
not Skyrim. Fucking hell. Fallout 4. Like because you're only a survivor of that vault. Like
You're in stasis for longer. The Institute killed all the other survivors because they only needed the DNA of the parents. They would have kept your partner alive if Kellogg hadn't shot them.
oh. So he didn't. Oh. So why wasn't the protagonist shot? That's what I'm wondering.
A lot of theories for that.
Right. Yeah. I mean, this is Fallout. I mean, the irony of the
most relevant theory that makes the most sense is that in case anything happened to the kid, they had a backup for the samples they needed to create more Sims. Because
Right,
the reason they need Sean is because, they use his blood, his pure blood for the Sims.
right.
Because he's not a
Synthetics, yeah.
genetically mutated, radioactive, like,
It's like a
degenerate
pure
waste.
human. Yeah.
Yeah, because he was put in cryostasis, and it's the same with you and, like, your partner, so...
Yeah. God, Fallout. I mean, isn't the whole Fallout universe is just politicians are kind of fucking brain dead, so let's nuke the world several times over.
Baby little.
Yeah.
Well, it's actually it's a bit more than that, right? Because the European states all destroyed themselves in nuclear war before the American-China war, so they've been screwed. They screwed themselves over while America was still subsisting. You had all the war at Anchorage and stuff like that. You had Voltec doing shenanigans fun. So, Voltec are the ones who orchestrated the entire nuclear Armageddon in the China-America war.
So it's like some Illuminati shit. Is basically what you're saying.
Yeah. Voltec are the Giga Illuminati.
Oh god.
It was the Chinese who started with the. So you find several Yangtze submarines across the games. You find one of them in Fallout 4 with several unlaunched nukes. The captain's friendly to you. The captain's friendly to you and like asks you for help finding his crewmates who are just other ghouls, basically. Like he's dead chill about it, and he didn't launch the nukes. He disobeyed orders not to do it. He's a nice guy. But like, well, it was already destroyed. It doesn't really matter, right?
It's Fallout though. Like it's like a really dark universe. To be fair. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's full of weird and wacky shit as well. Though it's a fun universe.
Brilliant. Yeah. I mean, this is Bethesda on about. I really immerse myself in Skyrim, so like, I'm pretty sure I will enjoy Fallout regardless. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll love New Vegas. You will love New Vegas with a passion.
really, is this the one Caesar's Legion?
If you yeah, Hail
Oh.
Kaiser. If you could get into the fucking if you can get into the gameplay, Vegas is incredibly fun.
Oh man, like,
And like story wise, it's literally unmatched as far as Fallout games go. 2 story is more like it's a bit less serious.
Yeah.
3 is very just hero's journey, which
yeah,
fine I guess, but it's kind of boring. Come on, Hero's
California.
Journey's
Yeah.
Fallout
California
1 is
Republic.
also hero's journey as well, so eh. New Vegas, you can literally do whatever the fuck you want. Although I will say,
So
in
it's kind of
3, you
sandboxy as well.
in Fallout 3, you can sell children as slaves, which is
Ah.
fucking based.
No context. No context. Oh
No
dear.
context. That's fucking based in a video game.
I like a little bit of
Selling
context.
child slaves in a video game is based.
You're having a Hassan Arby moment. You know, America deserved 9/11 in a video game. Yeah.
You can blow up Megaton, which is the main city. You could just blow
Oh.
up the entire city, and when your dad asks you about it, you could just go, "Oh, haha, yeah, Megaton. That wasn't anything to do with me."
Let me guess, he
Literal
figures it out.
genocidal maniac. He doesn't. He fucking dies before he has any time to do anything.
Oh. Man.
In Fallout New Vegas, the courier that you play as delivered something that was used to deploy a nuclear weapon on one of the cities you visit.
Oh, nice. This is the
You could
game
do
with
it
that
again.
nuke above the city, and you can launch it, and then you go back, and all the people like.
That's
irradiated.
Megaton.
Oh
Megaton.
right, it's Megaton. Right.
That's Megaton in Fallout 3. You can kill them all.
Oh, right.
In New Vegas, it's not quite like you don't quite kill them all, but like you could do a
Oh.
lot of.
What do you mean? I look beautiful. Yeah. Man. Oh.
I mean, like Fallout 4 does have quite a few cool quests as well on it.
Yeah.
Right? Like the the like when you get hired by that guy who tells you to go to Cabot House or whatever. The Cabot House quest line is fucking great. There's a quest where a bunch of gunners stole a Deathclaw egg, and the Deathclaw's mum is very unhappy, and she like kills them all. And if you give the egg back to the Deathclaw, not only is the Deathclaw friendly, she
Oh.
gives you the Deathclaw gauntlet.
Oh.
Yeah, she treats you like one of her own. It's actually really cute.
So Fallout wacky Cthulhu crap on top of aliens, nuclear
Mothman is
Armageddon.
real. Mothman is real in Fallout.
Oh god.
Mothman is real. That is all
What's
I
the
wanted.
source material for Fallout? Did it start with some books, or is it
I
just the
think
games?
Fallout is exclusively games.
Right,
I
because Skyrim is
believe-
actually based on like books, right? Yeah.
The Elder
Elder
Scrolls
Scrolls,
universe is based on quite a few books.
Yeah.
Yes.
The Daedric Princes. Yeah. Man, we've just hit an hour.
Yeah, I think we
Yeah.
can leave it at that, to be honest.
So yeah, we're back, I guess.
You can enjoy me rambling about
Yeah.
video game lore.
Yeah. I mean, do we got yeah. Anyway, I guess we can wrap it there. Yeah. So
yeah.
yeah. So we're all signing off, I guess. So yeah, good episode to get back. It's just disappointing one of our main hosts weren't here because it would have
Hope you
been more
missed us.
interesting. Yeah. Hope you've missed our pubescent, disgusting voices. So yeah.
Hell yeah. And with that, we'll see you guys later. Peace.
See ya. Bye.
Bye bye.